American, this is something you don't see every day.
Look at them teeth.
God, look at that fish.
Oh.
Welcome to Revive the Outdoors with Cody and Cody.
I just killed a bear. My bow and arrow.
Join us on the water and in the woods for some great outdoor adventures. Revive the Outdoors is brought to you by Danner, the Expert's Choice. Brunton.
There was 3 shots when I hit that bird.
Lacrosse,
Lord
established
mercy.
1897. Gerber Knives. Trichicon, brilliant aiming solution. Oklahoma Tourism.
Think about that now.
Command the Wild hunting products.
This is definitely a good fish, but it's kind of a teaser. Welcome to today's show. We're in Orlando, Florida at the Bass Pro Shop. About to do a seminar, but we have a great show today. We're with the Bass Pro Shop Crappie Masters Tournament Trail, the first leg and the second leg of the Florida State Championship. It's going to be a show slam full of nice specs, as they call them down in Florida, of crappie, and I think it's going to be a good tournament.
I'm looking forward to it, Cody. I know we flipped a coin and you're going to be covering the first leg of the tournament, and I'll be covering the second leg. Now I'll be on Lake Harris. You're going to be covering Lake Monroe.
That's right.
And so 2 different tournaments that are going to be leading into the finals, and we'll get into how these fishermen are going to be qualifying for the tournaments, the finals and all as we go through the show. But like Cody said, we're finna do a seminar up here on the bass tank. Well, what Cody and I call the bass tank back in Oklahoma. There's actually several different type of fish in here, but we're gonna do a seminar right quick, and we're gonna catch up with you once we get to. Once Cody gets to Lake Monroe, and
I'll
be on Lake Harris.
And definitely stick around. Crappie Masters is the best crappie tournament here in the United States, possibly even the world. Not only is the camaraderie between the anglers and the people that run it, but the prizes and the giveaways are just unbelievable. And the championship this year in Reelfoot, Tennessee is just going to be unreal. So stick around, you're not going to want to miss it. For more information on Crappie Masters, go to the website at the bottom of the screen. Let's get into some fishing.
I heard that.
Right now, so
Let's
Mr.
talk.
Dan Ritter, we're about to head up and go into Sanford, Florida. We're actually going to fly over the lake. We got some fishermen on the lake right now, pre-fishing, and then we're going to join up with the kids rodeo, and then meet up with Mr. Paul Alpers and talk a little bit more about Crappie Masters. So let's head up in the air, check out the lake, check out the kids rodeo. We'll actually fly over historical downtown Sanford, Florida, and then meet up with Mr. Paul Alpers.
Up there, by the edge. I'm on him. Wait till he turns. When you're ready. Great shot. Man.
Brilliant aiming solutions. Trichicon.
If your greatest adventure is the great outdoors, we'll see you at the Sportsman's Warehouse. Whether you're a hunter, fisherman, or simply can't resist the wild's call, the Sportsman's Warehouse is where you'll discover everything you're going to need to make your next adventure great. And with the city's most knowledgeable staff of outdoor experts, there's always help and advice you can really use. The Sportsman's Warehouse, getting your great adventure off to a great start.
Right now joining me is the men that make Crappie Masters possible. These are the guys in charge They get everything done, and elected to speak to me this morning, Mr. Paul Alpers, Vice President of Crappie Masters. Now, what is just the meat and potatoes, the whole thing behind Crappie Masters?
Right behind us over here, Cody, we got a fine kids fishing rodeo. Y'all are going to be talking about that in a little bit. We do a kids fishing rodeo. Everywhere we go, it's free. Every kid gets a prize. But these guys out here today are fishing for 3 days of competition. 2 up on Harris Chain, 1 here, for a total purse over $50,000 of hard cash.
Wow. I should be out on the water fishing, I guess.
Yeah, and the top 20 here will also go to our national championship, which is at Reelfoot Lake. And that classic at Reelfoot Lake is over $200,000 in cash and prizes.
Wow.
We ought to be
awesome.
fishing, don't you think?
That's right, but you know, before we can actually get out on the lake and do some of that, we're going to meet up with some of the kids and see how they do, and talk to some people there that are helping out. And that's just a big event, you know, to get the local people, either some of these kids involved with fishing, sometimes for the first time. I also let them know a little bit about Crappie Masters as well. And that's one thing that Cody and I definitely like to be involved with. But thank you for your time. We're going to get out your hair and we're going to go see if we can get with some kids and catch them some fish, and then later on hopefully I'll get on the water and see if I can catch a crappie as well.
I don't know how well these children are going to relate to an Oklahoma, but I think they'll relate pretty good.
Now right behind me is the Kids Outdoors Crappie Masters Fishing Rodeo. It's just time in the morning before the tournaments that some kids can come out and actually try their hands out at fishing, and just a really cool event to be able to get out and kind of show these kids a little bit about fishing. Right now we're with Mr. Finenko. He's the promotions manager for Bass Pro Shop in Orlando. Now obviously Bass Pro Shop is a huge title sponsor for this tournament, but what's the involvement on other aspects besides that?
Well, in regards to community events, we always love to get involved. But today is what we usually say at the store, it's all about the kids, and today's Kids Day.
Awesome.
And we're having a great time with all the kids, as you can see in the background. Just a ton of kids out here fishing with us, and we're having a great time.
Mr. Finenko, thank you for your time. Thank you for everything that you do with Crappie Masters. Let's get around and see if we can't get some good fish on tape, and some of these kids just having a good time. Looks like we got some fish getting caught over here.
Hang on to it, bud.
Y'all don't mind if I step in and get this on film, do you?
No, sir, I don't mind at all.
All right. Come on, buddy, reel.
Get him,
Hold it. You got your fish.
Yes, sir.
Now, is this his first fish catch, or have
no,
y'all been
actually,
taking-
he's caught some brim before. It's the biggest fish he's ever caught.
Well, awesome.
He's not going to get you. Daddy's got him.
Hey, why?
That's the one I just caught.
Paul Brock.
Really?
That's Lewis's, and this one is mine.
Man, y'all got a pile of fish here. Now, y'all live here in Sanford?
Yeah.
Awesome, cool. Well, definitely they're teaching them something in Sanford that they didn't teach me back home, because I don't remember at their age if I was catching nice cats like this. Well, we appreciate you coming out for the Crappie Masters Fishing Rodeo and bringing the kids out to do some fishing. Now, y'all live here in Sanford, Florida?
Yep, been here my whole life.
Awesome. Livers, now I've always heard of Florida straight bass, but they must have a catfish too, because these are a lot bigger than what we're used to pulling out of ponds back home for the most part.
Wow.
On average. You gonna kiss him? Tyler just got the first fish of the day. They actually let one of them go. Hear him talking. Who you been fishing with? Your grandfather? Well, that's awesome. I remember the days back there in Oklahoma. That's where I'm from. Fishing with my granddad. That's who taught me how to fish. Started when I was about 2 years old. All right, give me 5, man. Y'all take care and good luck. Well, we're coming to an end here at the Kids Rodeo, and this is what it's all about, be able to not only teach these kids how to fish and the enjoyments of fishing, but be able to give them prize and incentives to get back out there on the water. But speaking again on the water, I'm going to jump out on Lake Monroe. We're going to see if we can't meet up with some of the anglers that are fishing the tournament today, and hopefully I can get some lures out in the water and catch some of these specks, as they call them down here in Florida, so stick around.
Hi everybody, I'm Wally Marshall. I'm out here in Florida right now with Steve Deason and Dennis Outlaw, the 2006 Crappie Master champions, man. I'm out here on the lake with these guys, and we're gonna show you a technique that is killer for shallow water crappie. Hang in there with us. We're gonna show you a lot of techniques that's gonna help you catch more crappie every time you go fishing. Man, that was a nice crappie, guys, man. You know, what are you doing, Steve? Tell me about your setup here. What's happening right here? I see you got 4 rods off the side here and 4 off the side there. What's the lengths? Or
Wally, this is what we call long line trolling. The front of the boat is rigged out with a 12 foot, a 14, a 16, 18 foot Wally Marshall rods, trying to keep a 2 foot span between each rod. That way you know you can work a fish back and forth without pulling your lines all in at one time. And you know, it just really makes a nice even spread. And that way your partner in the back of the boat can get out there and put him a little.
You got a partner?
Yes, sir. I got one of the best partners there is.
What's his name?
Named Dennis Outlaw.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go back here and talk to Dennis. Hey, Dennis, what's happening here on the back of the boat, man? Good to see you, and thank you for letting me come out here and fish with you today. Just tell me about your setup here on the back of the boat.
Well, I'm running the back, and I'm running slightly different depth than Steve, but I'm running 6 8-foot Wally Marshalls, and we run them flat, real close to the water. We run the double rigs. We'll set up the weight different on every pole till we get a pattern.
Right.
Once we establish.
If your greatest adventure is the great outdoors, we'll see you at the Sportsman's Warehouse. Whether you're a hunter, fisherman, or simply can't resist the wild's call, the Sportsman's Warehouse is where you'll discover everything you're going to need to make your next adventure great. And with the city's most knowledgeable staff of outdoor experts, there's always help and advice you can really use. The Sportsman's Warehouse, getting your great adventure off to a great start.
Hey everyone, Cody here. You may know MetroTurf for their great selection of lawn and garden products, but if you're looking for a sweet ride, make MetroTurf your #1 dealership for all your outdoor needs. Specializing in the Cub Cadet 4x4, they'll help you choose the ride that's best for you. Whether it be riding on gravel roads, muddy inclines, or out in the pasture, the Cub Cadet 4x4 is one of the toughest UTVs available. So before you head outdoors, make sure you head out to MetroTurf today. MetroTurf, located I-35 and Indian Hills Road.
Right.
Once we establish a pattern, we'll stay with it. If the fish stop, then we'll have to change the pattern. They'll go up and down by the sunlight, clouds, depth of water. So we're just out here with a big variety of colors and depths.
Look right here, look right here. Got a fish on right here. Oh man. Pretty good fish.
They're all good. Told you I had a good partner.
All right. Easy now, don't hoss him. I noticed how you got that drag set. That's important in this flat lining.
Well, you need a good reel. You need a good reel to catch big fish, and the drag will keep the fish with much pressure on the reel.
Oh man, you want me to get the net, brother? Here we go. Oh, nice little crappie.
That's a nice fish.
Nice fish right there, man. Way to go. All right, let me see what kind of bait you run in there. What do you got on there?
Steve and I have different names for them. This is a K-bait, Royal K-bait. About anywhere you go, we've been trying several different baits today. This one's been producing well. It's Yellow Dog is the name of this one.
Right.
And
Yellow Dog. I had an old dog one time.
If we get one that's a little fuzzy, it's a golden retriever. But this
Right.
is Yellow Dog.
Okay. All right.
Been real good, and we've got several different baits we're running.
Okay, you just caught that fish on your outside line there. Steve's got lines running out, so how are you going to manage to get the line back out to where it attract without hanging everything else up? What do you do?
I'll throw this just slightly past his.
Okay.
And when we throw it past his, then it will come right back in line with mine.
Okay, that's good.
I hope y'all enjoyed those tips and techniques from Mr. Wally Marshall. He's just full of great advice when it comes to crappie fishing. But right now we're in Sanford, Florida at the Civic Center. We're about to head inside and go to the registration banquet here for the first leg of the Crappie Masters Tournament Trail here in Florida. You know, the Bass Pro Shop Crappie Masters event is pretty awesome. They've got the first leg and then the second on Friday of next week. That'll be coming to you, so be sure to stick around and tune into the show to see that. And then we'll go into the Florida State Championship. So a lot of prize money to be won here, a lot of competition, but then there's a lot of camaraderie, and that's why we're here right now. We're going to take a step inside. Stick around. Well, joining me right now is Mr. Tom Eddy and his daughter Jackie, and sadly in a lot of tournament trails we don't see many father-daughter teams, so it's always nice to be able to get them on camera and just let other people know. Obviously there's a lot of dads out there that probably do go fishing with their daughters, and how they can get involved with Bass Pro Shop Crappie Masters. But what got you involved in crappie fishing, and then how did you talk her to come along and join you?
I get my kids involved to get them to learn a little bit of respect about the water, a little bit of respect about other people, patience, and it's a quality time you have with your kids.
Oh, well, definitely, and if anybody's gone fishing, no pun intended, but you're hooked for life. But definitely thank you for what you're doing and getting your kids involved. It was nice meeting you once again. Good luck.
Thank you.
And we're going to get on the water for the Lakes Monroe and Jessup tournament here in Sanford, Florida for the 2007 Crappie Masters Florida National Championship qualifier. So let's do it. Well, joining me right now is Mr. Crappie himself, Mr. Wally Marshall. Now, I heard and actually got to saw some footage from the trip you got to take out on the water yesterday. You caught some nice fish.
Well, that was an on-the-water seminar right here on Lake Monroe in Sanford, Florida, man. I mean, we was going out with last year's champions, Steve Deason and Dennis Outlaw. We went out there and did an on-the-water seminar to show everybody how to flatline. And of course, we want to thank you guys for being part of our tournament trail, Crappie Masters, and that's such a great deal, man. It's going to be awesome.
Well, Cody and I are definitely excited, and you know, we're getting to learn a little more about crappie fishing, the spider rigging, the long line, and all that stuff. It's definitely been a pleasure being able to go out and then to hear some advice from folks like you and Mr. Deason, Mr. Outlaw about how to catch these fish. Maybe we can get into a tournament later on, but right now we're just here to film and talk to the anglers and see how the fishing goes. But let's get on the water and check out the footage from your fishing trip yesterday. Your on the lake live seminar, if you will.
It was on the water seminar, and in an hour and a half we had about 30 fish.
Well, that's awesome. Some of them Florida specs. So let's go out and see how well they did.
I'm starting to get impressed with that boat operator.
For years, our equipment has survived the Cody and Cody Challenge.
That's right. From the Hunt, Hoyt, Beeman, Gold Tip, Bucktech, to the tournament,
Matthew, Easton, Alpine Archery, Martin, PSE.
Oklahoma Archery has provided the best product and service for the equipment we use.
Whether you're just starting or you're a seasoned hunter, stop by Oklahoma Archery, I-35, OKC.
Up there by the edge. I'm on him. Wait till he turns. When you're ready. Great shot. Oh, man.
Brilliant aiming solutions. Trichicon.
If your greatest adventure is the great outdoors, we'll see you at the Sportsman's Warehouse. Whether you're a hunter, fisherman, or simply can't resist the wild's call, the Sportsman's Warehouse is where you'll discover everything you're going to need to make your next adventure great. And with the city's most knowledgeable staff of outdoor experts, there's always help and advice you can really use. The Sportsman's Warehouse, getting your great adventure off to a great start.
Is a good operator. Look right here on that chartreuse right there. Oh, just slapped him right into the net. Come on in, brother. Keys in the mailbox, come on in. I seen that rod go, and boy, Dennis was right on it, and he was reeling him in while I dipped him up. Man, that's great. Hey, you guys need to let me reel one in here in a minute, okay? Oh, that hog doesn't come across everything in the world. Oh. Don't horse him. Don't horse him.
That looks like a blue marlin.
Get the net. Get a seine. We're probably gonna need a seine on this one. Oh yeah, baby. Now back here we're using the 8-foot, my 8-foot signature rod. Boy, he's bending that sucker over now. All right. Here we go. Pull him up right here behind the post. I'm not. I'm trying. Oh, woo! Oh man, that is a nice fish. We gonna, ooh. There you go. Oh, that is sweet. Look right there now, folks. Look at that. Caught on the chartreuse, got a little paddle tail on it.
We can't keep the fish off.
Got another fish on while we're taking this one off. Boy, that is nice. See, they're running that little paddle tail right there. Big old slab crappie, and look right behind me. Dennis has got on another one.
Got another one coming to the boat.
Oh.
Here we go.
Steve, put that in the grease.
Ooh, boy, that is a fine looking crappie.
We need the net, brother.
No, I think I can lift this one.
He's pretty big.
Let's see if I can do it. It's not tournament day.
Yeah, but man, let me tell you what, my grandma'd kill us, that sucker get off. You better get that fish. Grandma, would you look at this? Two. Within about 2 seconds. What happened?
Don't tell Grandma. Driver turned the boat.
I offered to get the net for you, bro. Oh, I can get it, Bill Dance.
I hope y'all enjoyed those tips and techniques from Mr. Wally Marshall. He's just full of great advice when it comes to crappie fishing. But we have right now one of the husband and wife teams, and as you can see, they're using long lines out of the back trolling. Now you're averaging about 4-pound test, and that can kind of create difficulty. Now you have to use that when you're trolling so it can cut through the water a little easier. Heavier line and make the bait rise up. But with that lighter test, you really got to finesse the fish, especially if you get a big speck on. That's what they call them here in Florida. Crappie back home, and crappie probably just about everywhere else. A lot of times in the deep south they call them a white perch. But you get that nice speck coming in, and just kind of feed him some line, really play him, wear him down. You don't want to rush anything because that could be a good fish that you could lose. As opposed to sometimes fishing bass tournaments, you really try to get the fish in fairly quickly. Crappie, you got to finesse them a little bit more. But they're just cruising along. Like most people out there, they found a channel or a trough that's below them, a ditch that's underwater. They're just going to pass over, back and forth, change the depths of their lines, see if they can't pick up some of them big crappie. As they said earlier, they've been having a good day. Probably got their limit, so they got some pretty nice slabs in. So hopefully they'll place pretty high in the money today. We got $20,000 to give out here at the Bass Pro Shop Crappie Masters. First leg of the Florida State Championship. It's actually a national qualifier as well. We'll let them do their thing and see if we can't meet up some more fishermen.
Well, folks, we're here today. I'm Paul Alpers with Bass Pro Crappie Masters. I've got 4 nice-looking ladies and 1 ugly guy with me. My partner, Brian Wessler. And we're sure glad to be on Monroe Lake and being here in the city of Sanford. It's just been great, Linda. But anyway, you can see that we got some boats in the background fishing. We've got a lot of fishing here. But I've got Linda Q, the mayor here, Pat Hicks with the Chamber of Commerce. And Brian, who you got over on your side?
And your name is? I'm Lisa Finnerty with the Chamber of Commerce.
And Kate Thompson, I'm the publisher of the Sanford Herald.
Glad to have you out here today.
With people like this in the group that we got, we can go anywhere. Police officers and nobody's gonna bother us today, you know what I mean? We will probably have about, I would say at least 15, 16 state trips.
Oh, excellent. And then this is a national tournament.
This is a national tournament trail, and this actually is the first leg of the floor. There's one. As you see, he lifts that fish right in over up to him. And if it had been a tournament day and it had been a big fish, that net would have been out there and you'd never seen that fish would just come out the top, barely at the top of the water. 95% of these fish are released back into your lake that are fishing in the United States. So we're, letting you have your fish back and bringing you lots of dollars to your community.
We appreciate that. That's great.
Well, here with me now again is Mr. Paul Alpers, Vice President of Crappie Masters, and it's just been a great tournament. We got out on the water today. Fishing was a little slower than it was yesterday, but that's definitely part of the tournament trail. And just what a great place to kick off the first leg of the Florida State Championship.
Oh, I'm going to tell you what, all week long, weather really cooperated on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday, it got bad. And the wind blew. We was out there on media fish off 4-foot waves, but we still caught good fish. We had a heck of a kids rodeo this morning, had almost 200 kids here. But you know what? I still think today we're going to have about 7 fish going to weigh 12, 13 pounds.
I think so too. I think there's some guys out there that snuck off into some spots and were able to pick up those big slabs. But I'm going to let you get into the weigh-in part. We got Mr. Wally Marshall emceeing for us.
That's right.
And then when we come back, we're going to introduce the top 3 placers for the first leg of the Bass Pro Shops 2007 Florida Championship, the Crappie Master Tournament. So let's go do that.
$15,000 today will be given away. $50,000 all the way through the event.
Wow, that's amazing. So for more information about Crappie Masters, go to the website at the bottom of the screen. Let's get into the weigh-in.
CrappieMasters.net. Check us out. Get the crappie fever. Catch it.
That's right. Well, here we are. We're at the end of the tournament. We've got the top 3 placers, and Mr. Paul Alpers is going to introduce our anglers for us.
That's right, folks. We've had a heck of a tournament here. And I'll tell you what, if the husband and wife teams out there ain't fishing, they need to. Because I just want to real quick tell you, we've had husband and wife teams in the top 3 in the Classic in the last couple of years. We got a champion here today on Lake Monroe and Jessup, the first leg of the Florida State Championship. Barbara and James Reedy, right from my home state, Missouri. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Paul. Definitely congratulations.
Over here we got second place. These guys are tough where to go. Kevin and Stephen McElroy, our food source team. And guys, we congratulate you. And of course, we call him Okeechobee down on me, and George Parker and Dennis Tittle right here from the home state of Florida. They're going to be tough now in that state championship. Took 3rd place. What y'all received there? About $5,700? $5,700. What you guys have?
We wound up with $2,800.
$2,800. All right, what about you guys? Thank you very much. $1,350. What do you won the last 2 tournaments? A little over 8,000. Guys, if you're not fishing Crappie Masters, something's wrong. You need to get out there and try us. We have a lot of fun, and I'm going to turn it back to Cody and Cody over here and let him talk a little bit. I think he's ready to start fishing.
That's right. All the money that's getting thrown around. Well, definitely thank you for watching. We thank all of y'all for participating in the Crappie Masters Tournament Trail. It is the best crappie tournament trail here in the U.S. and just doing a great time. Mr. Paul Alpers, thank you for your time, and I hope y'all enjoyed the show. And until next time, remember, stay outdoors.
We want to thank our sponsors for allowing us to share our outdoor adventures, and we want to thank you for watching. Visit our website, codyandcody.tv, for streaming video, and share with us your outdoor adventures. Tune in next week for Revive the Outdoors with Cody and Cody, right here on the Sportsman's Channel. All hunting, all fishing, all the time.
This is definitely a good fish, but it's kind of a teaser.